Hey there, welcome back to Blender. In this lecture, we are going to learn about how to move in 3D space in Blender. In a 3D program, not only you have to worry about where you are in 2 dimension, but you also need to consider the depth. Before you can work in 3D space, you should have some skills in 2D drawing. Moving around in 3D window is controlled by the mouse and the keyboard number pad. The Blender default scene opens in what is termed as user perspective view, which allows you to move objects in 3D window. Sometimes it is more convenient and easier to see how far objects are separated by using separate orthographic views. Think of a standard 3-view orthographic drawing: top, front and right side views. These views match up with the number pad 7, 1 and 3. Put your cursor in the 3D window and try pressing those numbers. I will show you by splitting the windows. To show this, let us divide the windows into 4 parts. I will drag it from this triangular side. This is how we split window side. This is how we split windows as we have learned earlier. Now move your cursor to the first window and press 7. You can see here it's written here top perspective. That means you have shifted to top view. Now move your cursor to this window and press 1. Here it's written front perspective. That means you are in front view. And now move your mouse to this window and press 3. Right perspective. So this is how we got the top perspective, front and right perspective. Note, however, when moving from user perspective view to either of the orthographic view, first you have to get the top, front or end perspective view. Look at the lamp and you will see a line pointing towards the cube. Press numpad 5 to get the true orthographic view. This is the orthographic view. Pressing numpad 5 again toggles back to user perspective. Now, if you want to see the orthographic view of the top, front and right, then just move your cursor to that window and press 5 and it changes to top orthographic. And go to the next window and again press 5. Then we get front ortho. Then for the right perspective, move your cursor there and press 5. Right ortho. You see, this is how we can change our views. The numpad 2, 4 and 6 and 8 will rotate you around in the 3D space. Not in the camera view, but in the perspective view and orthographic views. The plus and minus keys on the number pad will zoom in and zoom out. But there is another alternative to this. You can press Alt key and left click on the window and drag in the direction you want. You see, this is how we can shift our view. And if you want to zoom in and zoom out, just scroll your mouse. See to that you don't scroll too much, as it may create errors and you may just miss out your drawing. You may be lost in somewhere which you don't know and it is very hard to come back to the same position. For example, if I scroll too much like this and just move my mouse here and there, then it becomes quite difficult to see where my drawing was. So to avoid this, always be careful while scrolling. Let us revise this lecture. The default Blender screen will open in User Perspective view. To change it into Orthographic view, press 5, numpad 5, and it changes to User Orthographic view. And to come back, again press 5, and you will shift back to User Perspective view. Now, if you want to see the top, front, and right side view, press numpad 7, 1, or 3. 7 will show you the top perspective, numpad 1 will show you the front perspective, and numpad 3 will show you the right perspective. And if you want to see the ortho view, then just press 5 and you will come back to ortho view. Now, if you want to move random direction, then just press Alt and left click. Now drag in the direction you want. The numpad keys for these are 2, 4, 6 and 8. And this will help you rotate around in the 3D space. Note the plus and minus keys in the numpad section. They help you to zoom in and zoom out. I recommend you using the mouse for moving in random direction. Press Alt, left click, and move in the direction you want. To zoom in and zoom out, just use the scroll. And this is how we move in the 3D screen. Practice this and you will master to move objects and various other things in the 3D screen.